Hey guys, so patch 5.2 has now been officially released. There is a lot of changes coming to pet battles, and I'm sorry if you just heard my Steam. But, right, so we have a lot of changes that have happened in pet battles, and I want to start off with, we have 23 new pets, which are pretty nice. We have some new abilities. We have some abilities taken away, and we have been shit on quite a lot. Because, as you can see, Mr. Frere Youngling is still an absolute cunt, and I will get into that in a second. But we have new raid pets for the new raids, so I'm going to have to start raiding again soon. We have 4 new wild pets that you can catch on the Thundering Isles, or whatever you want to call it. They have taken out multiple breeds for certain pets, but I'm not going to talk about those because, meh, they don't need explained. So first off, we will get straight into the Reflections ability has been taken out, and it is now more fucking powerful. And sorry about that. And right, the Reflections ability has now been turned into the Deflections ability. And now, it is on a 3 round cooldown, which it was a 5 round cooldown before and did any damage that he took that turn back to you. But the thing is, that damage has now been taken out. It won't do that damage back to you, and it won't stun you or any of that other crap, but it will avoid every single attack that you do that turn, which is a bit fucking stupid to be on a 3 round cooldown. Because, let's face it, if you're talking about something as powerful as, say, the Conflagrate ability, that's on a 4 round cooldown. So you're talking about the Frere Youngling is going to be able to deflect every single Conflagrate you try on him, which is pretty fucking bad. And plus, you're talking about most of the strong abilities are on at least a 4 to 5 round cooldown. So why is this only on a 3 round cooldown? I don't get that. It has just made the Frere Youngling a lot stronger, in my opinion, so it has. And any other pet that has the Deflections ability will be a lot stronger as well. So that is a very bad for Blizzard. That was stupid. They should have just took that completely out of the game, or else made this into at least a 6 round cooldown. Because if you're talking about deflecting every single attack that comes into you that turn, that is a bit of bullshit. Because if you're talking the deploy ability from the mechanical Pandaren Dragonoid, or Dragling, it has a decoy ability which blocks the next 2 turns that come into, or the next 2 attacks that come into him, and that's only 2 attacks. And that has an 8 round cooldown, which is fair, to be honest, because it was a bit overpowered when it was only a 4 or 6 round cooldown. So that is a bit fair, but this is a bit fucking stupid. So I'm going to soon make a team for PvP, which is going to have the Frere Youngling in it, the Idol, and also there is another pet that has the Deflections ability. So I will put all 3 of those in, and I can honestly tell you I will not lose. There is no way in hell I will lose that match. So that is my pet peeve with that. And now we will get down to the next ability, which is the Thunderbolt ability, which has been changed. The Thunderbolt ability used to destroy any bombs or anything that was lying on the field, which didn't actually work. It did not work at all. I've tested it several times and it never worked once for me. So they have now changed it. The Thunderbolt is on a 4 round cooldown. It deals 200 damage to your pet, or your opponent's pet, and then it does 200 damage to the backline as well, which is quite strong. But let's face it, it's on a 4 round cooldown, so it's not going to make any bit of a difference. It didn't have a cooldown before, if I can remember correctly. It was just use. So that's okay. That's a buff, a little bit of a buff in my opinion, because the ability did not work to begin with. So next we have Mr. Bigglesworth. And I actually don't own one of these, so it might be a bit hard for me to show you this. But he no longer has his prowl ability. What he does do, or what he does have instead, is an ice barrier, which blocks the next 2 attacks, which is exact same as the decoy ability. Apart from this is on a 2-round cooldown, so it's on a 5-round cooldown. So it's a bit stronger than the decoy, which is a bit stupid. It should be on an 8-round cooldown as well, in my opinion. Because if you're going to put one attack that does the exact same thing on an 8-round cooldown, why not have them all on an 8-round cooldown? I just don't think that's very smart. And we have the kite, which I honestly didn't think you were able to fight with kites. So it is this kite that you can fight with. These 2 kites you actually can't fight with, but these 2 you can, which is a bit weird. So this now has attacks appropriate to what it is. I don't know what the attacks were beforehand, to be fairly honest, but it has a Siphon Winds attack, it has a Wild Winds attack, it has a Flyby attack, it has a Frost Shock ability, which that has been nerfed as well. It has a Cyclone ability, and it also has a Relentless Strike ability, a Reckless Strike ability. So I don't honestly know much about that, so we'll not get too much into that. And pets that are affected by crowd control abilities, such as the smooth ability from the Eternal Strider, they will have resilience against, making them immune to crowd control for another while after that, which I don't understand. It's a bit stupid having resilience and crowd control, but I think it might be due to the fact that people were using the Kunai Runt and was it the Snowman with the, what is that attack called again? I cannot remember. Kunai Runt, and Kunai Runt has actually got a new wee picture, which is pretty good. It is the Deep Freeze ability, which stuns your opponent. So it's probably due to that, because people were just bashing that, and that has been nerfed as well. So we will get into that in a second. Actually, no, we will get into that in a second. Next on our list of nerfs is the abilities like the Stun Seed, the Elemental Bolt, and the Ice Tomb have all been nerfed by 25%, and I need to find a pet that actually has one of these abilities. There we go, Elemental Geode. As you can see, they now do 400 damage instead of the 600 to 700 damage they did before, which is kind of nice, but let's face it, it's on a 5-round cooldown, and Mr. Frere Youngling can deflect it no matter what. So, you know, it's still good that they got a nerf, but let's face it, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. The Geyser has also got a nerf, and I need to find something that has a Geyser. You don't, but I know there was a Geyser coming up. You don't. Pandaren, nope. You do actually. You have a Geyser build. As you can see, that is now the 500 damage. So it hasn't been nerfed too much, but it is still a nerf. And let's see. It still has a stun ability, which is always good. We next on our list have the Conflagrate ability, which my favourite ability. We will go down to Little Ragnaros because he's the one that has the most damage. The Conflagrate ability now does an outright damage of 600, and also if the opponent is burning, it also does an extra 200 damage. So you're losing around 200 or 100 to 200 damage on that. So that is not good for Conflagrate, and my favourite team is kind of got a big nerf in that point, but you know what? I'll figure a way around it and we'll find out a new combo. So what is next on our list? Silicone Life has a flat heal rate, it has a flat damage rate. I thought it did have a flat damage rate, a flat heal from damage. I always thought it did have that, but well. And next we have the Arcane Explosion. It now does 20% more damage than what it did to backline pets. So instead of it doing basically fuck all, it does a little bit more damage. Not too much, but it does enough. Next we have the Supercharged ability, which a lot of people aren't going to be happy about. Now, where's my Flux Fire Feline? Because this guy has been nerfed. Oh wait, Flux Fire Feline don't even have it. Crap. What a pet do have it? The Broom has it, doesn't it? Broom. Yep, the Broom has the wind up ability. Or wait, no, I'm looking for the supercharged ability. What am I doing? Guys, my head's all over the place today. I have got a cold again. I always seem to suffer with a bloody cold. So, right, let's find our Flux Fire Feline, and we went right past them. Flux Fire Feline, right. Supercharged ability is on a free round cooldown and now only does 125% damage, which is still fucking loads, so that is not good. You could have put it down to about, you could have put it down to about 100, but it only lasts for one turn, whereas it used to last forever until you attack. So yeah, that's pretty alright. And then what else have we got? We have the Frost Shock ability, which Frosty don't got one of those. We need to go back to the Kunai Runt, which is up this way. And yeah, I forgot about doing this. At the start of my video, I had to apologize to my friend Steve because he wanted me to play Dota and he's not happy that I'm making these videos for you guys. So shout at him until he's bad. So right, the Kunai Runt has the Frost Shock ability and now it is on a 2-round cooldown but has the same attack and it still has the 25% lower speed. So that is kind of nice because it stops you from spamming it or using it and then just spamming your deep freeze abilities, so that's quite nice. Next we have the deep freeze ability, of course. It is on a 4-round cooldown instead of a 3-round cooldown now, which, it's just 1 round extra. It's not really too much to worry about. We have the Ghostly Bite that is next. Ooh. The Ghostly Bite now does 20% less damage, which is quite a lot of a damage reduction for this because it does stun you afterwards. After you use it, it stuns you. So I don't understand why it's got a nerf for. It seemed like it was quite balanced to me, like so it did. And we have also got the Silicone Life. Where is the Silicone Life? The Silicone Life and the Spectre Strike, if I can remember correctly. No, the Silicone Life and the Ghostly Bite have been swapped around because it means that the 2 strong attacks, the Spectral Strike and the Ghostly Bite, are in the same thing. Whereas before you could have, comboed them both together, especially if you had a pet that was doing a Darkness ability. And Darkness ability has been nerfed as well, so we will get into that. We need to find Mini Diablo for that one. Mini Diablo. So Call of Darkness has now it has the Darkness weather effect itself has a 5-round durability now instead of the 9-round ability that all the weather effects get. I honestly don't understand why they're only putting this down to a 5-round. Like I said, if you're going to do one, you may as well do the rest. So why aren't the rest of the weather effects down to 5 as well? It will puzzle me for a while. I honestly don't understand that. And as I said before, the decoy attacks have now an 8-round cooldown. Faint Death is another one that has been put up as well. Now, where is my Pterodex Hatchling? Pterodex Hatchling. The Faint Death attack now is on an 8-round cooldown instead of a 5-round cooldown. And I don't understand this because I never used this anyway, so I never seen the point of it. But is it, like, if you guys have used it, is it really much better than the lift-off attack? Is it much better than that? Because I would never use it, to be fairly honest. And next we have the Prowl ability. Now the Prowl ability has got a nice buff. It lasts for 2 rounds instead of just 1. So it kind of helps you against the deflection ability. You can kind of counter it in a little bit. So that's quite nice, even though it only still attacks once. So if you use it the first round, you're not going to get the Prowl ability next round. So that's nothing to be scared about. Right, what else have we got? Crystal Overload. Crystal Overload, I need to find back down the Elemental guy, I think. Elemental Geode. Have you got the Crystal Overload? Yes. So Your next attack made within the next 2 turns will do double damage, and it still does everything it does normally, but it now lasts for 2 turns. So it's the same as the Proud ability. So that's pretty nice. And what else have we got? We have Focus Chi that lasts for 1 turn. Did Focus Chi not always last for 1 turn? I don't understand that. So that is interesting, that one. Next we have the Nether Fairy Dragon and also the Sprite Darton Hatchling. Both have this ability. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that today. And the Arcane Blast have both been switched around. So that the dodge and the health switch, you can't use both of those at the same time, which is pretty nice. Now I have the hiccups. That's not good. The Nether Roach is now a real roach. That's pretty standard. And this is a quite nice one. The pet bandages can now stack up to 25, which is always good, and they are now bound to your account, so you can send them over if you have extras on other accounts. So that other characters, which is always good. I am big happy for that. You can also get battle stones from PvP pet battles now. There's a small chance of it happening, but you can do that, which is pretty good, especially for people that like to use or play a lot of PvP pet battles. It might bring people back into doing PvP pet battles. You never know. It would be very nice. And pets that did have color changes, they are now back in the game, and there are some new guys that have color changes, which is pretty stupid in my opinion. I don't like that. But, if people like their pet changing colors every time they summon them, that's alright. Level cap players now have a chance of getting the lesser charms of good fortune when they win a pet battle that is 5 levels higher than them. So that is pretty good. Oh, I just went flying in front. And if you flee from a pet battle, the pet will not despawn now. So that is very bad for people to like to just go and try and find rare pets. So they're going to actually have to go and fight them, or else you're going to have to shoot them. But if you do flee from a pet battle now, you do take damage. So be warned about that. And DCing from a pet battle will also respawn the pet again, which is good. So that saves you from fleeing from the pet battle. So that's quite nice. And there has been elite pets added to the game. So that will be interesting to see. And finally, this lovely dude here for the Alliance gives you a new quest to go and defeat the elite battle pets in Pandora. And I've already seen 2 people get this done and get a nice achievement for it. And you also get a red panda. So I will be doing that today. And holy shit, there's quite a lot of them. But we'll take them all on. And I will be making videos for each and every one of them to help you guys with the tamers if you can't do them. Well, I like to do them. So I will get those up every day for the next, until they're done, really. The same goes with the wild pets. I will put them up the next couple of days. So that is pretty much it for the new patch, guys. Well, pet battles wise anyway. There is a whole bucket load to the new patch. So I will get on and get doing all these stuff. And I've been the Brillo, guys, and I will see you all later.